oath. Order number 2, communication.
Very much, all of you. Honorable members, in the shortest time possible. However, we have visitors. Just need to remind them that while at the assembly, you must maintain silence where you are. And at no time should you wink or disturb the honorable members. And because of the special business at hand, after this, once when you go to your homes. For now, and when called out, you stand and begin with the lead person. Dominic Bernard Ngeno, Leonard Rotich, Geoffrey Ngeno, Peter Kigen, Ronald Langat, Kigen Wesley, Ngeno Collins, Joseph Milko, Julius Ngeno, David B, Nicholas Rotich, Dominic Korir, Wesley Mutai. Thank you very much. To the honorable visitors who are with us, welcome.
Speaker, to people from Washington, I am so happy by observation and following keenly what we do here at the county. There are many Jagiso leaders in their own rights. Important there, Mr. Speaker. Here is my teacher, Mr. Speaker. I have seen his student or his pupil doing what has been elected to do. I'm very happy, and I would really mention his name so that it goes to record, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Kigen was once school, and today he's here. With him. Mr. Speaker, just before I end my remarks, allow me to take a minute to educate my people on what we really do here at the County Assembly. It's very important that the beginning of a budget making process that is in the name of annual development plan. Mr. Speaker, what we do here so that it goes to the record is that this August House are majorly playing the role of the oversight role. And Mr. Speaker, oversighting the development that has been done or the resources that are being implemented by the executive is done by this House. Mr. Speaker, secondly, we do a budget here. We budget for the county, we budget for the resources so that it is spent on the other end by the executive or by the governor together with these CECs. So it is important to inform my people that honorable members of county assembly, they only budget. They are nowhere in terms of implementing the projects and even getting direct involvement with the resources of the county government. Mr. Speaker, it's also worth noting that our role here as the county assembly is to represent them. We represent or we stand here on their behalf. And finally, Mr. Speaker, we are also accorded the powers to impeach governor whenever he is not doing well or whenever we find out that there are things going wrong. Though, Mr. Speaker, we have not been able to impeach Governor Barchuk, who has shown a lot of ineptitude, a lot of corruption, but an opportunity will present itself and this House will look at it. And if we will not be able to impeach him, Mr. Speaker, in these 5 years, I know God up there will impeach him because of the corruption that he has made the people of Bomet. Mr. Speaker, I really want to welcome my people. I didn't want to talk that today because I have my people here, but I welcome them again, even in future. And again, when you are at home, I want to ask you that even when you are not here physically, you can still follow our proceedings in our Facebook page, and you are free to visit anytime. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ernest Kemoy, who also is the chair for Sports and Education and Youths. Any other member who wishes to give a comment? If there is none, we'll proceed. Next order.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers. Order number 6, notices of motions. Order number 7, questions and settlements.
Honorable Bernard Rotich.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to seek a comprehensive statement from the chairperson, Committee on Urban Planning, Lands and Housing, concerning the status of land parcel number Kericho Kabozon 347, public utility land in Chebunya Ward. In the statement, the chairperson should indicate the current ownership status of the said parcel of land. 2, state whether the department is aware that the said parcel of land, which was earlier reserved as a public land, has since been transferred to a private hospital. 3rd, indicate the steps that culminated into the transfer of the said parcel of land to the said private hospital, including the public officers that were involved in the process. 4th, state what pragmatic steps are the department taking to recover the said parcel of land and other similarly encroached public utility land within the county. Honorable Speaker, being a public interest matter, I request that you direct the committee to undertake a comprehensive inquiry and provide a comprehensive report with action and consideration
Bernard Rotich. Thank you very much, Honorable Bernard Rotich, who is the MCA representing Chibunya Ward. I can see you are seeking for comprehensive urban planning, lands and housing. Chairman, any member from that committee?
I think on last time and we visited. So give us time, we go through the documents.
Now you are boiling yourself. Where is that report?
I think we had gone with the.
So Honorable Rotich, are you seeking this statement for the second time?
Be accepted by the executive, or for any recommendation to be accepted by the executive, it has to be owned by the House. So the committee has to go back, bring the report, table, and then we pass it as our House. Therefore, that is when the executive will back as a report.
And the
Statement.
was a question, and it was. We brought the report. So I think Honorable Rotich should tell us more. It was.
Honorable.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. What I did is the direction from the table office. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
What's your point of order, Honorable?
From the Honorable. Institution, or I don't know what, called table office. Could he be in order to, maybe take instruction from the table office? Could he be in order to table office? Mr. Speaker.
Order. Next time, please, when the just to make it clear, Honorable, the Honorable member from Chebunya had actually initially sought for the reason why this land was given to a private entity, whereas it belongs to a public entity. However, it came as a resolution of the committee, and there was no resolution by the whole House. What is required now by the department is for the whole House to make a decision on how to get back that piece of land. So I think you will look at that, this matter, for the to the government. And therefore, on behalf of your committee, on behalf of the chair who is kindly, finish up with this thing.
Obliged, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Speaker, I want to raise on a point of order.
Please proceed.
Mr. Speaker, I'm struggling to understand Standing Order 201, Mr. Speaker. Assembly Committee to expedite on matters related to its functions. It does it on behalf of every other person. Now, who told the CEC that the report that was given to them did not belong to the whole assembly? And why are they saying that for us to action, it is picking instructions from the table office? Are we also going to the table office way? If there was recommendation, that means the whole House had resolved and had agreed by either. Then I think if the report, in real sense, if the statement did want this House to find out whether a public land transited its ownership same was ascertained to be true, then there is no more magic. There is no need to allocate another 14 days to the committee to revisit the archives, locate the document, interrogate it. If it contains recommendations that asks the department to repossess the land on behalf of the county government, then they need to action it. Mr. Speaker, if they tell us to come back and sit down again, then they are playing with this assembly. My take, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Peter Ono, for your insight. Standing orders. However, in this matter, when a report is upon and it only ends with the officers. However, if a decision is to be made that involves assets of the county, it has to be the whole House. I believe that is the reason why the Honorable Member wanted this to be debated, and it has to come as a motion. It is a decision of the House. I believe when it came as a report, there was a motion to that effect?
There was no motion, Honorable Speaker.
So we will proceed, Honorable
And to add more, for any private hospital or any other private entity, for them to get a public land, they also have to seek permission from the whole assembly as a process to acquire land. So the process was landed free. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
You are actually right. We should not be going back and forth. This item should have been dealt with once and for all. This idea of bringing the statement, then later it is this way, it is that way, is a waste of time and resources. So I believe this time around, the committee had discussed upon it. Probably the next big thing is to bring it as a motion, then we debate upon it. Then we'll save resolutions.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
What's your point of order, Honorable Vincent?
Speaker, I didn't want to challenge you, but when you revisit your calendar, we're almost going for a recess, so 14 days could not be enough for that committee.
Honorable Member. Debate it upon now. When the 14 days, so meaning when we revert back from recess is when they can dispense it, unless the chair seeks leave to deliberate upon it in this next coming, which nobody has requested. So that means it will be February. Honorable unless sick leave, and normally it is the majority leader who does that. To proceed with the business that they've been doing all along. Thank you very much. So I therefore commit this to urban planning, lands and housing. You have 14 days to come up with that motion for the whole House to make a resolution. Next order.
Order number 8, motion.
Proceed.
Honorable Speaker, to the motion, let me also join my colleague and my neighbor, Honorable Ernest Kipkemoy, in welcoming the members that we normally meet at times when taking tea at Notel Gole 82, Honorable Speaker. So we normally meet with more. So you are welcome to this. Tell it more. When I'm in Mogogojek, Honorable Speaker.
Okay.
So I wanted to welcome them to this chamber. Honorable Speaker, I would like to move the following motion that pursuant to orders, the Council of the Committee on the Bomet County Annual Development Plan 2026-2027, and pursuant to Article 185(4) of the and Section Management Act 2012 approves the Bomet County Annual Development Plan 2026-2027 with amendments contained in the committee report. Honorable Speaker, the Annual Development Plan is prepared pursuant to Government Act, and it is a derivative of the County Integrated Development Plan, CIDP, which forms budget development performance targets and objectives in accordance with Government Act 2012 to provide the preconditions for integrating underdeveloped and marginalized areas to bring them to the level generally county and sub-county special planning requirements. The 2026-2027 marks the 4th year of the implementation Generational County Integrated Development Plan 2023-2027. It has ensured fair distribution and allocation of resources in all the 25 wards of the county. Honorable Speaker, an annual development plan, ADP, is a document that outlines priority projects and programs for implementations in one financial year. The document is expected to guide in facilitating economic growth by providing the and programs for all sectors in the county as stipulated in the County Integrated Development Plan, CIDP. Honorable Speaker, it is expected that the passage and approval of Bomet County Annual Development Plan for the financial year 2026-2027 will facilitate distribution, exploitation, and development of the county's resources. The county ICT and Economic Planning submitted the on 1st September 2025. The document was then tabled on Tuesday, 9 September 2025 during the afternoon sitting and committed to the Committee on Finance and Economic Planning
for consideration. The committee was then required to examine, take necessary action, and present a report for adoption by the Assembly in line with Article 185(4) of the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, sir, of the following honorable members: Nathan Kibetu is the chairperson, Honorable Evelyn Chelangat, vice chairperson, Honorable Chavet Cherion, member, Honorable Olivia Koske, member, Honorable Josiah Samoe, member, Honorable Naomi Chamutai, member, and Honorable Peter Rono, who is also a member. The mandate of the committee, understanding Order 2015, states that the functions of the sectoral committee as being to investigate, inquire, and report to all matters relating to mandate, management, activities, administration, operations, and estimates of the assigned departments, to study the program and policy objectives, study and review all county legislation referred to it. Honorable Speaker, the county CADP county's budget making process. So, Honorable Speaker, this is the beginning of the budgeting process for the next financial. Interrogate the document in a bid to ensure that the document is expected to address. It is for finance, ICT, and economic planning submitted to ADP on time of Section Public Finance Management Act 2012. The section provides that the county executive committee member responsible for planning shall not later than 1st September in each year submit a development plan to the county assembly for its approval and send a copy to the Commission on Revenue Allocation and the National Treasury. Mr. Speaker, I wish to sincerely appreciate the finance and development plan for financial year. I also wish to recognize and appreciate the members of the sectoral committees and for the document. It was through these engagements that the committee was able to identify gaps in the document which have been addressed in the final of the implementation of the previous ADP for the financial year 2024-2025, as this was necessary so as to gauge the performance of current and future plans. The committee reached out to the individual members representing the wards for them to submit their sector priority projects in the ADP for the financial year 2026-2027, complete with estimated cost. The committee then compiled the said sector priority projects labeled as Annex 1 in this report. Mr. Speaker, sir, the invaluable input from the aforementioned various stakeholders consulted greatly and helped the committee to arrive at the decisions made. My committee will also wish to thank the Office of the Speaker and the Office of the committee, the technical and administrative staff drawn from the various departments, the budget office, administration, among others. Honorable Speaker, the committee prepared this report after taking into consideration the respective line departmental committees. In approving the 2026-2027 ADP, the committee ensured that the listed programs and projects, including the flagship and transformative projects, were in line with with those provided in the county in Integrated Development Plan 2023. The public were invited to attend a public participation forum which was held on Tuesday, 2nd December 2025 at the County Assembly grounds. This event, however, received little attention and few members of the public attended. This was done to give effect to Article of Kenya 2010 and 115 1B 2 and this forum was held to ensure and other stakeholders were considered prior to the approval of the plan. Honorable Speaker, and that maybe for next time when you are doing public participation, we should consider maybe taking closer to the people, maybe across the 25 wards, to ensure that more views from the members of the public. Honorable Speaker, maybe I'll touch on a few things on the review on the implementation of CADP for financial year 2024-2025. When we look at the Department of Administration, the sector recorded strong absorption in service delivery at 93%, with civic forums successfully undertaken. However, absorption in disaster management was notably weaker at 57%, reflecting under-implementation in emergency. On the revenue side, underperformed, limiting internally generated resources. The sector concluded the year with a pending bill of 87.4 million, mainly tied to incomplete ward and sub-county office projects. The Department of Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries and Cooperatives, during the last financial year, 2024-2025, the agriculture sector supported 6,255 farmers through CSA training, which reached 65,800 farmers with extension services, and provided mechanization support to 15,000 farmers through the Tractor Hire program. Additional programs and rehabilitation of dips, as well as the promotion of poultry and bee value chains. Although challenges persisted in livestock breeding, revenue collections fell short of targets, with county tea farm earnings declining due to reduced tea quality meat inspection fees dropping following the privatization of slaughterhouses. Provision. Expenditure absorption remained weak, with crops and livestock each at 26%, fisheries at 0%, and veterinary service at 64%. As a result, the sector carried forward pending bills amounting to Kenya shillings 46.4 million. The sector successfully prepared the submitted ADP, CFSP, CPROP, and PBB to 4 sub-counties and automated 2 additional revenue streams. On-source revenue. The on-source revenue, there is a figure which we were given, but I don't think we attained the amount. I think there must be a small error. So, according to the department, there were not able to attain the target. exceeding its target. If you see, their target is the hospital, while the remaining revenue streams underperformed significantly. Overall, reflecting moderate execution of planned programs. The sector Department of Education reflected notable gaps between the planned targets and actual achievements. Legislation, no policy act or bill was developed despite the targets. Tuition support services reached only 1,460 students against the planned 6,000, representing low achievement in meeting educational support needs. However, Honorable Speaker, I think based on this, I think they were not able to achieve the 6,000 because the partial bursaries was not dispersed due to the directive by the control of budget. The ECD programs also planned, while infrastructure centers emerged as well-performing sub-program. On budget absorption, policy planning and general administrative services 80%. 73%. ECD registered the lowest absorption at 47%, reflecting significant challenges in fund utilization. Of gender, culture, and social services. In the financial year 2024, the sector extended support to 5 violence, provided entrepreneurial training to 1,200 individuals, and mentored 12,000 youth through target front social protection rate of 98%, while cultural activities lag behind at 36%. Department financial year 2024 operationalized 166 health facilities, adopted key nutrition and high health services, improvement in care services, NCDs and mental health into service. Financial front, FIF collection reached 212 million against a target of only 22 million, reflecting strong performance in hospital-based revenue. However, expenditure absorption was uneven, and administration absorbed 98% of its allocation, preventive health only 40%, and reproductive in frontline and community level services. The sector closed the year with pending bills amounting to 294 million, spread across human resources, commodities, and infrastructure projects. The Department of Lands, Housing and where none of the 5 plans policies were achieved. These included the development control policy, land subdivision policy, housing policy, and the county public land management. A strong framework to operationalize and drive key programs. A missed opportunity to strengthen the physical and land use program performed poorly, with no progress made on the physical plans for urban centers. Urban infrastructure and utilities also failed to deliver with a critical solid waste management initiative, achieving 0 targets. This undermines the essential role of proper waste management in promoting environments. In terms of financial performance, The department 65%, upper the highest absorption of at 83%, while Bomet such low absorption rates reflect underdevelopment and denial of services to citizens, raising concerns about whether some programs merited the achievement in policy planning and in infrastructure development. Despite the allocation of budgetary resources, in contrast, the road network and access program perform relatively well. The roads construction and maintenance component recorded the highest budget absorption rate of 117%, which is above the allocated budget, attributed to the approved budget of 163 million under the this performance reflects efficiency in resource utilization translated into more roads being constructed and maintained across the county. On the other hand, county transport infrastructure registered the lowest absorption at 32%, signaling underperformance and inefficiency in project execution. Budget absorption is a critical indicator of development effectiveness. High absorption rates demonstrate optimal utilization of funds, ensuring that allocated resources are translated into tangible development outcomes. Conversely, poor absorption rates point to a failure in utilizing budgeted resources, which leads to reduced economic productivity of the citizen. Several interventions did not achieve their intended outcomes. As a matching fund to enhance the access to electricity failed to meet its objectives and therefore limited progress in expanding energy coverage. On budgetary absorption, performance varied across the sectors. The Energy Development Fund registered the highest absorption rate at 89%, reflecting strong uptake of the allocated resources, while administration, planning, and support services followed at the realization of the operational budgets. The lack of allocation and the non-implementation of key development programs highlight persistent structural gaps between planning and execution. Unless addressed, these shortcomings may continue to stall progress in critical sectors such as the energy and industrialization. At the Department of Water, forest management, soil and water conservation, and protection during the period under review. The persistent shortage of water in Bomet town counties continues going funding, and the solarization of water system sustainable solution to the problem. In terms of budget absorption, policy planning and administrative services recorded the highest rate at 73%, followed by the development of water supply for domestic, commercial, industrial, and irrigation resources protection and conservation program registered the lowest implementation despite the increased allocation. When we did the comparative analysis of allocation, 5 budget of 3.44B. The variance was driven by administrative overheads, while critical civic education and disaster lines remain underfunded. officially.
Honorable Chair,
Yes.
I want to caution the Sajina terms. I can see that we do not have quorum, so any member should not leave the chamber. Whoever comes back will not be allowed to go in. We must maintain quorum. Proceed, Chair.
Honorable Speaker, the CADP allocation stood at 515 against the 79.7 million conditional allocations under NAF-CDP, yet county allocation to crops and fisheries were constrained. Department of Economic Planning, Finance and ICT allocation stood at 289 compared to the approved budget of 392 million, with the difference reflecting additional resources redirected to new priorities such as the avocado not being part of the Department of Education, Vocational Training, Youth and Sport. The total allocation for CADP 2025-2026 amounted to 512 million against the approved budget of 395.7 million. The zero development in the development budget. Sector. Department of Gender, Culture and Social Services. The CADP allocation was 296 million compared to Kenya shillings 55 million approved, with major cuts in cultural promotion and PWD. Plan allocation was 2.58B compared to the 2.4. Preventive and curative care. For department that the program of policy, planning and administrative services received an allocation of 127 million 40,742 in the approved budget for financial year 2025-2026. However, this information is factually inaccurate. A review of the approved estimates confirmed that no allocation was made for this program in financial year 2025-2026. Therefore, the reported figure does not reflect the official budgetary provisions and rely on the actual fiscal position of the program. Continues to feature across the years, the outcomes achieved remain minimal. To date, no substantive policy frameworks have been approved. CADPs is to address specific development challenges with clear, actionable strategies. However, little to no tangible achievement has been realized in this front. This trend raises concerns about the effectiveness of resources utilization and institutional budgetary provisions to concrete policy outcomes. The analysis that we did, it clearly shows that when it comes to revenue collection, there is a great challenge in Bomet County, because we are, in most of the departments, apart from hospitals, we have not achieved revenue, which is also giving us a challenge, Honorable Speaker, because the reasons why we have so many penny bills is because the departments concerned are not able to raise the enough revenue, which will be able to also finance whatever we are passing in this House, Honorable Speaker. So we want to ensure that the revenue targets that we normally set are achieved. Because, Honorable Speaker, when we fail to achieve the revenue target, it is one way of creating more problems to the county government of Bomet, because we will not be able to finance. So, Honorable Speaker, recommendation. Upon careful scrutiny of the analysis, findings, and observations regarding the submitted county annual development plan for financial year 20, that for public awareness, the CCM for finance and economic planning must publish and publicize the submitted CADP for financial year 2026